As a quick disclaimer, the following video was recorded 2 days prior to the United States halting the injections of the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. As it stands right now, I'm doing fine, and I just have a minor headache along with a sore arm as my remaining symptoms from my dose of the vaccine. I have no major concerns about the recent blood clotting events, but I'll be monitoring my health very, very closely. Thank you very much for listening, though, and enjoy the rest of the video. So, you just got the phone call or text message saying that you're ready to get the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. Well, let's get you ready for it. So what I want to do is I want to go ahead and give you guys a timeline as to what you should be expecting and when it should happen based on what happened to me. So, just as a little bit of proof, here is my COVID card, except this is the back side. I'm not showing the front side because why should I? But, right, make sure it's here. It's here. Notice there's no second date on the back saying when I need to go back from another one, because it's the Johnson & Johnson. One and done, baby. First off, you get your text message, okay? Mine was saying that my appointment was Thursday, 1 p.m. at Meijer. So I go to Meijer Thursday, 1 p.m., and the sweet old lady jabs me in the arm. Pretty good. Yeah, really good. Just dug that thing right in there. It was just like, oh, we at the bone yet? Let me keep going. And I was just like, So, yeah, that was fun. And then they're like, oh, go sit in this chair over here so that way we can keep an eye on you for about 10 to 15 minutes. And if you feel fine, you can go ahead and go. So I sit there for my 10 minutes in freaking agony because I'm like, oh, the arm's gonna fall off any minute now. And there's a headache building. But I was like, nah, I'm fine because these people aren't gonna be able to help me if I just start flinching on the ground. So at the end of my 10 minutes, I go ahead and get up and go. But just expect that arm pain to stick around for quite some time. Make sure that you have pain relievers at the ready and just start taking them like within an hour after getting your COVID shot. Okay, just take the Tylenol. Just do it. Just take the Tylenol. Don't question it. Just do it. It makes it easier. Trust me. Just do it. Pop 2 of those bad boys down. You'll be fine. I promise. I guarantee it. Now let's go ahead and go on to that night where pretty much nothing really happening. It's just kind of like, well, my arm's about ready to fall off. That's okay, though. It just hurts. It didn't spread down my arm, though. It just stayed right here. Okay, it was a nice isolated pain. Don't touch it. Okay, it still hurts. I go ahead and sleep through the night. Nothing too major going on. Wake up the next day. Kind of feel a little groggy. Kind of like, well, I'm a little sick, but nothing too major. No fever, no chills, no nothing. Feeling fine. Go throughout my day, kind of just feeling flu-ish, okay? And if you've had the flu, odds are you have, you kind of know that oncoming storm feeling, right? Of where you kind of just feel like something's wrong, but you can't put your finger on it. You're just like, something's gonna happen. I'm not gonna like it, but here we go. And it wasn't until about 8 p.m. the second day everything started to crumble. So that put me at what? 37 hours? Yeah, 37-ish. I started to get chills. A lot of hot flashes, and then like a huge wave over my body. It would just go and just be cold, okay? It'd be hot and it's just cold. It's just like a fever breaking. And it felt really, really weird, kind of cool, but mostly annoying because of how often it happened. It was like a constant fever breaking time and time again. So then we go ahead and we get to that night. Keep in mind, the arm's still hurting, okay? Trust me. She got to that bone and that bone is still not happy. It's still hurting at that point. Good luck sleeping on it, okay? Choose whatever side that you don't sleep on, because otherwise you're gonna regret it. But we get to the next day. Woke up, still feeling the chills, kind of feeling that grogginess, and I was like, I think I can still go to work. Boy, was that a mistake, because I get to work and about 2 hours into my shift of being active, moving around. Oh, did things fall apart really, really fast. Because the chills were coming in a little bit stronger with the heat waves, and you're just like, oh dear God, is this just terrible? Combine that with the fact that you feel like you're just gonna collapse. Okay, you know the people who have been fainting? I get it. I get why they faint. You kind of just shut down. Your body just wants to shut down. You go insanely weak, and you get woozy, okay? You got that nausea going in your head. Woo! Is that not fun? It's kind of like you just got off one of the craziest rides at Disney World, and you're just like trying to get yourself. You're just like, okay, all right, finding my ground again. Oh, but you can't get rid of that feeling. You just can't. It's there, and it's just gonna stick around. Almost fell 3 times at work. That was fun. Yeah. At that point, that's when I went to the back and excused myself to go sit down and try and collect myself, to which, yeah, that was comical, because there ain't no fixing that. Drinking water, what does that do for me? Probably helped in the long run, but in the moment made me feel like I wanted to puke. It was just terrible. Just not fun. No, thank you, not today. But it was just, god dang. My legs around the 1 o'clock mark. So about the 48-hour mark, my legs just wanted to give out. They're really, really shaky, really kind of like, I just don't want to support this fat ass anymore. I want to give up. And at that point, I was just like so done with the day. I was already had it up to that point, and that was like the final nail in the coffin. I was like, okay, as soon as my replacement comes in, I am out of here. 2:30 rolls around. I've got my job done to the best that I can. He comes in, I'm like, peace out, I'm out of here. Wish me luck driving home with this. Dude, if you start feeling the wooziness, do not, for the love of God, drive. Just don't. Continue onwards. When I get home, I go ahead and somehow make myself dinner, get a little bit of food in my belly. Still didn't feel great, but got my sustenance in me. Went to bed immediately afterwards. Woke up feeling still pretty bad. It was still a little bit rough, still a little bit woozy. It was better, but it was still a lot of woozy, still a lot of tired, a lot of fatigue. But woke up, got back around. I was like, I'm not gonna waste a night because of this crap. And then eventually the last chill happened today, the following day. And basically the last one just kind of happened when I woke up a little bit shortly after. But as for the nausea and the fatigue, it's basically gone. And at this point, currently, I have nothing really going on right now except for this guy still hurting like hell, okay? He just does. Do pain meds help? God, no. No. When you have Meredith at frickin' Meyer jabbing your arm, just going, oh, right, there it is. There's where you want to poke. Oh, Meredith, why do you hate me? Was her name actually Meredith? I have no idea. Sounds like an old lady name. But long story short, when you get the vaccine, just make sure you get on the Tylenol to try and fight the fever and the chills. I never had a registered fever. I just had the hot flashes and then it would go cold. But if anything, my temperature actually dropped a degree and now I'm back to normal now. But just don't risk anything, okay? Take the precautions when you get it. You'll be fine, just like everyone else is, except for the people who decide to faint. Bunch of pansies, but it's fine. If you get the Johnson & Johnson, just think about it this way. It's one and done. When you got it, you're done. You don't have to do it again. Maybe. There's some rumor you might have to go back in 180 days, but who knows? Crossed we don't. But anyways, I want to cover really quick my stance on should you get vaccinated, should you not. If we want to get out of this, okay, honestly, everybody should get vaccinated at some point. If we want to go ahead and get back to a complete normality where COVID does not exist anymore, and we stop these new mutations of it, you need everyone to get vaccinated so that way it can have a better chance of getting stopped. Okay, we already had enough dumbasses make it so that way it went global, okay? So right now, I'm kind of pro-vaccine, but here's the thing though. Here's where I can understand when people are anti-vaccine. If you don't have any problems with it, if you already had it and you came out with it fine, great. If you have some family members that got it and they're doing fine, then yeah, I can understand why you wouldn't. If you're one of those that thinks that you're above it, you're stupid. That's how I'm going to go ahead and go about it. If you think that you're above it and you just think, oh, this isn't going to hurt me, then you're stupid. It's a disease. It's real. This is reality. This isn't some kind of dream, even though it feels like a nightmare. It's real. Prepare for it. But for anyone who doesn't want to, based on the idea of genetics, I kind of understand that. For me personally, I decided I wanted a vaccine immediately after seeing what similar people with my genes basically went through, and I really didn't want to risk going through what they went through. They're still recovering and they're still having side effects that are even more severe medically, so I had more of a reason to want to do it. It's not that I was forced into it. This was by my own free will and choice, and I wanted to be one of the first ones to do it, just out of the case that I got screwed over. Me working in retail, I'm kind of on the front line, so the fact that I've dodged it this long is kind of a miracle, and I don't want to take that miracle for granted. I want to be prepared for it if the worst was to happen again. So that is how I kind of stand on things. I believe that most people should be getting vaccinated, but I can understand why some people would not. But for the most part, just don't be stupid, and we can get through this and back to normality together. That's how I view this whole thing. Through stupidity, will we be in this never-ending 2020 cycle, and will 2020 never die? So don't be stupid, get vaccinated, or stay inside. Don't go out maskless. I wish they would keep the mask mandates. I'm all for it. I don't care. I can breathe. You can breathe. We all can breathe. It doesn't freaking matter. Just put on the mask, care for your neighbor, and just don't be an asshole. That's what it sums up to. But hopefully, you guys make it through your vaccines all right. If you're through the Pfizer or Moderna, I can't speak for you because I didn't have it specifically. But I'm sure that you can ask around and you'll find someone who can give you their personal details on what they went through. But this was my Johnson & Johnson experience. If you had one of your own, please comment down below. Curious to see how I did versus everyone else. But I'll see you guys back here in the next episode. Good night.